2 a.m., the 1,000 wagons bearing the 5th Maltese Cross came behind with freedmen at the reins of mules fighting their yokes and the great weight of materiel they drew. The Blue River streamed farther east, deeper south. Every wheezing mule and wheel that creaked, every canteen clanking on a gun and brogan shuffling in the dust, added a note to the dull roar of invasion. Sedgwick and the 6th raised flags, then merged into this force, driving on with one national mind. No one man, not McClellan or Grant or Lincoln, could take credit for this union. The war's own progress had fused a nation with rails, commerce, and mass graves, and the army could only mirror a new and more uniform country as it surged forward, well-fed and well-clothed by the mechanical age it had made necessary. Part 1. The First Match. Chapter 1. Up toward the front of the 5th Corps, in the movement's van, 5 rows of red dots bobbed atop the solid blue of caps and jackets. Amid Griffin's division, in Schweitzer's brigade, these remnants of a company detached for reasons as yet unexplained, floated along with this Union tide. Their pants were scarlet, like the caps, loose trousers that white leggings forced into comfortable billows. The blue jackets trimmed with red fastened at top and bottom to show a vest the same deep scarlet as the pants. The moon caught 14 gold buttons on each jacket, decorative flourishes that shone like small fires, and bound the men of this company to their regiment, the 14th Brooklyn, now far in the back guarding wagons of bullets and food, and counting down the days to May 21st, the end of its 3-year enlistment. A thin man, clean-shaven, cap-tipped so the brim stretched down over his eyes, edged out just ahead of the group as though trying to get home that much quicker. Sergeant Dan Anson didn't so much march as spring along on his toes, turning his head side to side, slowly searching for clues in the dark. After the last mile of silence, one of the 2 men on his right ventured a question. "Where's this Grant taking us, Danny?" The man who'd asked had a blonde handlebar mustache with perfect twists. Unlike most around him, he'd also managed to keep his uniform clean since receiving a new jacket the year before. The ends of a baseball bat stuck out from the sides of his bedroll. Newton Fry was a handsome man, and his bearing proved that he knew it. Danny kept looking to the side. "Going after Lee?" Danny Anson took another scan around while Newt waited for his answer. "Nope, Grant's trying to miss him. That's why we're heading toward the wilderness again." A few steps went by in silence. Newt Fry shrugged. "Maybe so." The thought of that eerie forest sank everyone's heart. This army couldn't take another Chancellorsville. While the 14th hadn't been there that day last year, they had seen the wagons loaded with men bleeding trails into the dirt, shrieking as they bounced along the road. The 3rd man cleared his nose to the side, then wiped it on a sleeve. A stocky man, maybe 5 feet 8, he had a chin with a deep vertical dent, and his thick legs rolled him along side to side like a ship in heavy seas. His name was Lyman Alder, and he didn't want the silence to wash back over them. "What of our new generals, lads, eh?" A question asked of no one in particular, meant to take their minds off the many disconcerting possibilities they faced. The whole regiment had been shifted to a new corps when Grant came in, and now, with 18 days to go, they were sent off on their own. 18 days seemed a very long time this dark night. Danny wrinkled his nose like he'd just tasted something bitter, then spoke in a confidential tone, audible only to his friends beside him. "Damned engineer is all." "Lee's an engineer," said Newt. "That's different." Lyman Alder had his own opinion on the lieutenant general, and he didn't mind who heard it. "Well, Grant's some hard medicine, I think." On the left, a weathered, lined face smiled sourly. "I knew from the first ye'd have that, Grant. Ye're butchers, the 2 of ye, and proud of it." Tiger Quigley snorted once, proud of his own joke. The man shambled along with his hair sticking all ways and his arms swinging at his sides. His mustache was thick and untrimmed, bristles curled into the sides of his mouth. Holding a stout laurel-root pipe between his few remaining teeth, he said, "So, Danny, have you seen enough dead men yet?" "I've dressed my last, that I can tell you." Danny was an undertaker back in Brooklyn. Making the idle well-to-do of Williamsburg presentable for the judgment had been a good living, but 3 years of brave men buried in shallow graves had made his job seem frivolous. Newt quickly changed the subject. "The minute I step off the train, I'm walking